If you still eat breakfast, you'll never make it. Assalamu alaikum, my people. My name is Pablo, and I help young Muslim men break the rut and become productive. Alhamdulillah, over the last 10 months, I've been able to consistently upload every day on TikTok, and along the way, I've picked up many productivity tactics. If you want to transform your life, check out my coaching program, link in the description below. You see, in the modern age, most people think that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. People will wake up in the morning like 7, and then by 7:30 or 8, just before they go to work, they'll have carbs like cereal, pastries, toast, and then on top of that, have drinks like orange juice or like a coffee and tea with lots of sugar and milk. And then they wonder why they go to work and they simply can't concentrate, why they find it so difficult to sit down and focus. And the thing is, I don't blame them, because these doctors will say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. If you don't eat breakfast, you won't function properly. So of course you'll be like, you know what, I need to have breakfast, I need to have this, I need to have that. How many of you have a cappuccino and a croissant first thing in the morning? You're literally having seed oils and sugar straight away. No wonder you can't function. And you see, throughout my life, I was exactly like this. First thing in the morning, I'd have tea with some unhealthy carbs. So throughout secondary school, the first thing I'd have straight away when I wake up was a sugary tea with white toast. And the thing is, this got progressively worse, because in year 13, I'd wake up and the first thing I'd have was tea with a chocolate muffin. And the thing is, it's so laughable. Most people think this is a healthy breakfast. And you know what made it worse? If I had a free period at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m, I'd go and grab myself a cookie. Sometimes I'd get it at like 1 p.m, but normally it was 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. So at the time, me and my good friend, we had a lot of frees together. So what we would do is go to the canteen, get something to eat, and then after that, attempt to do work. And what do you think would happen when I tried to sit down and do work? After I've eaten a cookie, I'd have brain fog, I couldn't focus, I'd be distracted by this, by that. And even when I got to university, specifically my second year when I lived on campus, I'd go to the local coffee shop and get a tea with sugar and also a pastry like a croissant, a muffin, or pain au chocolat. Or during third year when I lived at home, my breakfast was some biscuits like digestives or bourbons, and I'd have coffee with double cream and a lot of sugar. Do you really think when I went to uni I'd be able to concentrate? Do you really think I'll have that mental sharpness to focus? And the thing is, I thought this was healthy. I thought if I didn't have this, I wouldn't get that extra boost that I needed throughout the day. Because everyone says breakfast is the most important meal of the day. If you don't eat breakfast, you won't function properly. And the thing is, most days I'd have headaches and I'd wonder why. You see, this idea of breakfast being the most important meal of the day is a scam. If you start to skip breakfast, you'll have a number of benefits. We're not designed to always eat. We are essentially hunter-gatherers that should go through periods of hunger. You see, the thing is, when you begin to fast, you'll start to have mental clarity. You see, many people suffer from brain fog throughout the day, and I can bet you're one of them, where you sit down and you try to do the work, but you find it so hard to concentrate. You find it extremely difficult to get into the groove of things. It's like you can't produce any good ideas, you can't concentrate and read that book. Whatever the case may be, you find it hard to do the work. It's like your mind is literally playing against you. It's like, no, we can't do this, we won't do this. And the reason for this is because you've had a bunch of food. And the thing is, this is the truth. If you try to sit down and do work after you've just eaten a meal, you'll find it very difficult. And this is exacerbated by the fact that the Western media try to tell us like pastries and sugary coffees are healthy and what are needed. And so everyone's eating a bunch of unhealthy and nutritionless foods first thing in the morning. And it's for this exact reason, when you try to sit down and do work, you have no mental clarity or mental sharpness. And the reason why eating food is causing you to have a lack of mental sharpness is simple. Your blood sugar levels are unstable. Your glucose or blood sugar levels when you first eat are high. However, they shortly crash afterwards. So when you try to sit down and do that work, like that essay or revise for the exam, you'll find it so difficult because your blood sugar levels are low. The reason why this is significant is because your body needs glucose for energy. So whatever you do, physically or mentally, your body needs glucose. However, if you have some carb-loaded breakfast, your glucose levels will quickly spike and then dip. And therefore your brain will not have a steady amount of glucose to perform that task. So that's why when you eat, you'll find it much much harder to sit down and do the work. And this is exacerbated by the fact that if you're following the standard Western diet, you're eating carbs around the clock, so you're continuously having these spikes and dips. Think about it, in the morning you have a pastry or cereal or toast, then in the afternoon you'll have a sandwich, then in the evening you'll have pasta with garlic bread. And the thing is that you're having these highly processed carbs throughout the day, so your glucose levels are constantly destabilized. You see, if you really want to make a difference and beat the competition, it's simple. Fast in the morning. Don't eat anything at all. No protein, no fats, definitely no carbs. You simply wake up and all you do is have water and black coffee and do the work. Let me give you a scenario. You have two people that are revising for an exam. You have person A who wakes up and has a pastry first thing in the morning. And then you have person B who wakes up and the only thing he has is water and black coffee. Who do you think will have less brain fog and more mental clarity when they do the work? And the thing is, most of you live like person A. You have a pastry, you have cereal, you have toast, then you have an iced coffee, a cinnamon coffee, and then you'll think to yourself, why can't I sit down and actually do the work? Why is it so difficult to focus? You see, I'm not one of these influencers who will demonize carbs, because carbs are very important. Things like sweet potato, rice, fruits, very, very beneficial for muscle building and overall health. However, what I do suggest is to fast for the first 4 to 7 to 8 hours of the day. And so you'll experience heightened mental clarity and mental sharpness, which can be used towards your work or your studies. And that's what's needed to make progress towards your dreams and aspirations. The thing is, what I always preach is to start off small. If you're used to waking up and within the first hour you'll have an iced coffee with a croissant, you'll find it very difficult and probably get headaches if you try to fast for the first 4 to 5 hours of the day. So what do? Maybe tomorrow you wake up and you only fast for the first 2 to 3 hours of the day. Have water, have black coffee, and then over time you progressively overload. Okay, the next day I'll do 3 hours and a half. Then I'll do 3 hours and 45 minutes, to the point where you get to 7 hours and you're used to it. And this is the one greatest tactic that you can implement into your daily routine to beat the competition and make so much progress. Because think about it, how many people wake up and the first thing they have is an iced latte with like a pastry or a biscuit? So many people will wake up and have some sugary stuff straight away in the morning. And so when they try to sit down and do work, they find it near impossible. Remember, productivity is the path to your dream life.